T. Gray and MK, you are now cleared for flight school takeoff.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Here we go.
It's time to bring on the champions. You are the champions of the world. Can we get our diamonds on? First, we're going to start with the lovely Diamond Marianne Schutz. Come on, Diamond Marianne. Let's stop sharing.
Good morning.
Bring up our diamonds. What's up? Where are you
What's
at?
up? I'm in Mexico. Where are you at?
I'm not in Mexico with you. Man.
You're already there?
I'm sorry, Mark. Is that one of our virtual backgrounds?
Yes, it is.
It is?
Yes.
Why don't I have
You
that
missed
one?
it. You missed it.
Be coachable. Use the corporate background, Tigray.
Dang, I didn't get that one. Okay, all right. We got Diamond Julius Burrell. What's up,
Morning,
bro?
everybody.
Morning.
I'm doing fantastic. Fantastic.
JB repping the white zone.
You know it. You know it. You know how we do it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. And last but certainly not least, Diamond Tier Edwards.
Wow. What?
What's up, sir?
Everybody, how we doing?
Becoming wealthy.
Yeah.
Wait, what's that shirt say?
Becoming wealthy shouldn't be hard.
And you got a whole essay on your shirt. I love it though, and that's a powerful message. Becoming wealthy shouldn't be hard. But you know what? We could do a whole training on that. Becoming wealthy shouldn't be hard. Why is it hard though? People make it hard. Why?
People don't follow
They
directions.
violate the first rule of success, which is the first rule of success. They don't follow directions. All right, anyway, back to you guys. All right. What's up, champions? How y'all doing?
Man, I'm ready to
I'm
rock and
doing
roll,
great.
man. I got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of people to put in this pipeline, and let me go ahead and take care of this cruise so everybody can quit talking about it.
No.
Wait, I love it. You know why I love him right now? Because he said, I'm gonna wait until I'm on screen and I have the mic to go down the gauntlet. So for all you diamonds out there, Diamond Tier said he gonna put in that work, and y'all gonna have to watch him work. Watch me work. Okay, anyway. So let's get down to business. We're gonna talk about the art of edification today. We don't need to put the slide up just yet. I want to just ask these guys, do you think this is an important topic and why?
It is a
Yes,
very
I start.
Go ahead,
Go
Julius.
ahead, Mary. Go ahead. No,
No,
ladies
okay.
first.
Yeah, but I would say it's a very important topic. You know, you wouldn't have picked it if it wasn't. And for me, at least, I can say I totally overlooked it in the beginning. I didn't understand it at all. So I'm happy that we have this topic on for today, and we can explain why, you know, it's important and how you do it. So there should be no reasons why people don't understand why and how they do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, and I touch on that. I think it's very important because even a person who's a novice in this business, if you master the art of edification, you know, basically promoting, you're going to do very well in this business.
I think it's important in the sense of we're always edifying something or someone. It's just a matter of how you do it. And I think when it comes to this business in particular, you use it the proper way. It is, I don't want to say it's easy for a person to see, essentially get results, but if you use it the proper way, you can get results pretty fast. And that's exactly what we're here to do, is show people that, hey, if you communicate in a certain way and you have somebody that has high, respect or admiration for another person, and they can listen to the next person to help them move along, it's a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's fill up our slides and get into this. We're looking forward to you guys teaching everybody this incredible secret to success, how to edify. So let's dive in. The art of edification.
I think this
Okay.
is important.
Yeah,
to-
and by the way, these slides are for you guys. I'm gonna hold back and let you guys always have the first word. So when I see
I
slide
think
go
this
up,
is
go.
yeah, I think this is important because I've coached a lot of people when it comes to this, and they're always skipping steps. And guys, I cannot stress this enough. When you skip steps, you're missing out on the boat in regards to you getting the results. And you wonder why you're not getting the results because you keep skipping steps. Like, why would I try to bring somebody that has no clue about what I'm doing or what I have that could be a potential solution without exposing them to exactly what I have? First thing you got to do is you got to find out what it is that they want, then expose them to what you have as a possible solution. So the first things first is you got to expose it, period, point blank. That's why we have these blitz calls, the opportunity calls, of course you got your leadership calls. You got a lot of calls to expose people to what you got going on. But when you skip those steps, you're missing the whole boat.
And you don't want to waste your mentor's time in doing things that is, being done already in different formats. So you don't want to just call your mentor and have somebody on the line or introduce somebody that, still doesn't know what we're doing, because our time is better spent in a different way. And we're going to talk about that today. So we already have tools that we want you to use to get the first step done. Like you said, Tia, it's really important that you don't skip on the steps, because we cannot do what we are supposed to do if the first step has been skipped already. So we are out of alignment already.
And I would say, this now, just looking at this slide right here, the prospects needs to qualify. So after they pretty much qualify, now, the three-way call, using your upline on, what I like to use, I don't like to use the word upline, mentor. When you bring someone on, you want to use mentor. Your word selection is very, very, key when you edify. So for example, you always want to use salutations. And salutations, what I mean by salutations, Mr. or Mrs., because it's significant when you're doing business. So for example, what I would use, Tierra, I want to introduce you to Mrs. Schutz. Mrs. Schutz, I tell about her accomplishments. So I tell her about her accomplishments in the business, that she know how to make money in this business. And also what I do, I like to use that her accomplishment, if she's a diamond in this company, use it, that she's done over 200,000 in 30 days. That means that she's helped a lot of people. People like to hear what people you've helped, not how much money Marianne made. They don't give a crap about that. That sounds great, it's good, but how many people have Marianne helped? So I always teach my people to use that, Mr. Burrell have helped a lot of people. He achieved the level of diamond in his company, which is over 200,000 in volume, in this business, meaning that he helped a lot of people on this call. But the presentation, the edification should always be before I get on the call, and then you introduce me, to them. I never tell my people to say, Tierra, this is Marianne, this is Tierra, once they get on call. Because what happens, they think they equal now. So it's a psychological, really. So what I would say to them, I would tell them, Tierra, this is Mrs. Schutz. And I turn the call over to Marianne from that point. And I mute my phone and I won't say anything. And I think that, I've had a couple of my teammates that, start talking, they unmute themselves. So now what I do on my Zoom, I block them. So they can't mute themselves, because, you should be taking notes and listening, and from that point. And from that point, from the three-way call, that's what I've been really killing. I've been killing because when Mr. Holton Buzz came to the event, now I've been doing my three-way calls a little bit different, like how to close what to say after. And I've been saying exactly the step-by-step how he taught us, you know, from when we was at the dinner. And it's been working. You know, I've been helping a lot of people getting into business, you know, like we talked about, T. Gray, going down, you know, like personal trainer, taking order. And I've been doing exactly those steps, and that's why my number's been changing.
Mm. I love
So
it.
I know I've been talking a lot.
Julius,
No,
did
I
you see
love it.
Tigre's
I
face?
hope everybody's taking notes a lot.
To not get blocked from Julius.
I know. I was like, protect people from themselves. Why don't you?
But seriously, that's how you feel sometimes. You want to just really make sure that you are not able to unmute yourself whatsoever, because I did that too in the beginning. I wanted to show my mentor that I have something to contribute to the conversation. Only I didn't understand that the best contribution was just to, you know, sip it. So I had to learn that myself as well by failing. So don't be that person.
Yeah.
Be this person.
The best thing you can do is to not really say anything after the edification. Take notes and let your mentor do the work.
Yeah, I was
And-
just about to say that, Marianne. Like, if you're gonna be on the call, don't just be listening in to the expert, the leader, the mentor, or even if it's somebody that's cross-line, just sharing their story. Make sure that you're taking notes on that person's story. Take notes on what that person has experienced and listen to how they overcome the objections that the person is actually sharing. Like what Dr. Latrice said, it's a learning opportunity. Anytime I'm around Mr. Bugs, anytime I'm listening to Marianne, anytime I'm listening to anybody that has different results than me, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna write down those notes because I can use that information next time I hear somebody that relates to that person's story or experience. Because one thing that a lot of people tend to do is they want to explain a lot. I am not in this business to explain anything. That is the whole purpose of you exposing them to the plan, to the business. I'm not going to explain anything. Did you not just watch everything that we just showed you? What did you like best? Awesome. Based upon what you saw, did you like this, this, or this? Awesome. So did I. Now, based upon what you just saw, do you see yourself winning in a huge way when it comes to this? Yes. Awesome. How much income would you like to earn using this platform? Awesome. And you're just going through the process. There's no forcing anything. Just consult, facilitate people through the process, right? So that honestly, that's as simple as possible. Make sure that you are exposing people before you get them on the contact or get them connected with an expert or a story that can connect with that person.
And just touching back on that as well too. So I think it's very, very important. Also, if you're going to get your mentor or your upline, whoever you get on the call, you should let them know that this person have already watched the presentation. This is what they're thinking. So you should be able to give your upline certain little points on, what the person is thinking. They've seen the presentation, they thinking about this, they said this. So the person who's on the call, who's on the three-way call, I have a little bit knowledge on, certain things they need to do or what they need to say, on the three-way call. But what I do, I just follow, what Holton has taught us at the dinner, and I wrote it down, and I've been repeating it for just and making it mine with posture from that point. And it's been working. It's been actually working. I've been going down my team leg, and it's been working. Robin, she's killing it. She's doing really good. Her team is building. We've met with a lot of people in Fort Lauderdale. We're building Fort Lauderdale team up pretty big now. We actually meet with them today. So after this call, we actually going out. We meet today. So it's follow the system.
Right. Awesome. So we all know three-way calls are important. Let's show everybody why three-way calls are important. Okay. If we go to there's the diamond, the edification triangle, sorry. it's teeing up a relationship, and this is going to come back to you guys on edification, right? So if we go to the edification triangle slide, what happens here is we all have people that even though they like us and they love us, they just can't hear it from us, right? They know our stuff. They've seen us at our wildest, most shameful moments. And no matter how much wisdom we're dropping, they just can't hear it from us. And so that's why you need to have an expert. If we go to the next slide, you'll see what happens. Between you and the prospect, there's a relationship of trust because they know you. They just don't respect you that way, right? It's not that they don't have any respect for you. They just don't respect you when it comes to business, maybe, or when it comes to finances or whatever. No problem, right? Because if we go to the next, hit it again, what happens is you're going to create a relationship. So now the prospect doesn't have you're going to create a relationship of respect for the expert, but because the prospect doesn't know them, they don't have necessarily the trust, right? But here's where that last piece comes from, Mark.
Yep.
They're going to grab your respect and the trust, from you. So by you setting this up properly, this is going to work. So now let's talk about the proper setup. In the chats here, Crystal says she learned a lot in the last 60 seconds because you guys are dropping crazy bombs here. So let's talk about, and you guys have covered a lot that's on the slide. So we're not really going to be worried about held to the slides. What are your number one tips on how a person should edify their expert?
If I can start,
sorry.
Go ahead, Marianne. Go ahead.
I just wanted to add something to the slide you just showed before, because you said about trust and no respect, and then respect and no trust. But this is where edification comes in place, because if there's no edification of your expert, there will be no trust and no respect, and it leaves you with not a lot to work with. So you can mess it up for yourself by not edifying your mentor, so you create that respect for the prospect. And what I would say is the most important is that you do your preparation, that when you have your mentor on the call, that you have really set the framework. So you're telling, your mentor that you're here with this person that you know from this, whatever, who watched this recording or joined this call, and this is what they look for. This is what their maybe objections or whatever, they have something that they need help to understand. And then you edify your mentor that is relatable to the issues of your prospect. So if you have a prospect, I don't know if there's any such types, but they're not really here to make a lot of money. Let's say they just want to help a lot of people. They don't want to hear about your mentor making a lot of money. And if they're here to quit their job, they don't want to hear about your mentor making a lot of money. They want to hear your mentor helped a lot of people quit their job. So you know a lot about your mentor, you don't share everything for each prospect. You pick and choose what is relatable to their issue and their pain, so they gain this trust immediately. Okay, so this person has helped people like me before. Okay, they are most definitely able to help me as well. So that's, I would say, is the most important. Don't be a robot and just keep repeating the same lines, no matter who you talk to. They need to know and hear you say, what the issue is. So you repeat it in front of your mentor, so they know that you know what is the issue. I think that's really important.
Guys, Marianne just gave you a playbook. I'm about to add on to. I'm about to add on to the playbook, right? Everybody put playbook inside the chat, because one thing about me is, and this is something I've been doing for quite some time, is anytime I'm connecting with a potential partner or customer, okay, first thing I do is I get on a phone call with them to do what? Collect information, to collect data. And based upon that data is going to let me know who I can connect that person with moving forward. I'm looking for the FPS. Everybody put the word FPS inside the chat. Their future potential self. Whose story can this person relate to? If I cannot relate to that person, whose story can I relate this to? If a person's played basketball, who can I connect them to? Well, I got Jason, I got Darren, right? If I have somebody who's owned and operated a gym, I can relate to that person. Who else can I relate that person to? Julius. Why? Because I've listened to enough stories to identify who that person can relate to, right? If we're talking about a traditional business, right? Somebody who's a mom, who can I relate them to? I got Blue Diamond, Jackie Pippins. I got Diamond, Marianne Shoots. If somebody's in real estate, I got Emerald, Vita Wooten. If I got a trading expert or Wall Street person, I got Emerald Donnie Pitts. What am I doing? I'm collecting information based upon the relations that I already have. Then I take that information, I pass them along to the exposure, which is introducing them to the business, exposing them to the plan. Before I even get them on a call, what I do is I contact the expert. I contact that future potential self. Hey, Donnie, I got somebody that's looking into trading, have a little bit of experience with it, but I know that your story can help them out. You know, you done what you done. This is what this person looking for, X, Y, and Z. Boom. Donnie's like, oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'll jump on a phone call with him. Why? Because he's an expert at trading. Not only that, he's achieved a major milestone in our compensation plan. What am I doing? I'm using stories to get this person through the next level, to the next step. And then guess what I do? I introduce them. Here's what I don't do. T. Gray and Mark. What I don't do is I don't over edify the prospect.
Yeah.
Say that again, sir.
Yeah.
I do not over edify the prospect.
Okay,
Why?
so let's
You
get
need to
put
explain
that in the
that to you.
chat.
I think you need to
Put that
explain
in the
what
chat,
that means.
everybody. Do not over edify the prospect. Thank you, Anastasia. Let's see that in the chat. Do not over edify the prospect.
I think
Come
you
on,
need to
Faith.
do an example for that, Tia, so everybody knows what we are talking about. Because
Oh, believe me, I'm already
Yeah.
on it. I'm already on it. Right? Here's why you do not over edify the prospect. Okay. This is a prime example. Okay. If y'all ready, put ready inside the chat. Let's say, for example, I am bringing on somebody who is somewhat experienced when it comes to trading. I know the type of personality that Mr. Emerald Donnie Pips has, right? Here's why I'm not going to over edify the prospect. Here's how it's going to, go. And I want y'all to pay attention to this, okay? Hey, what's up, Donnie? Mr. Donnie Pips. Look, man, I want to introduce you. Wrong already. Do not do that. Hey, Mr. Donnie Pips, man, I want to introduce you to, my friend T. Gray. T. Gray has some great experience when it comes to trading. And not only that, man, he's looking to make, X amount of income in a short period of time. And I wanted to connect you with him because, I believe that you can really help him in a major way financially and when it comes to trading. But T. Gray, man, this is Mr. Pips, man. Mr. Pips is phenomenal. He's great at what he does, man. But T. Gray, this is Donnie. Donnie, this is T. Gray. That's what you don't do. Why is that? Well, look, Donnie gonna click. He gonna hang up. You're like, what? What do I need to talk to him for? I want y'all to really think about that. If you've done this, put me inside the chat. I know I have. He's gonna hang up. He's gonna think in the back of his head, why am I talking to him? You just hyped him up better than I am. I'm the person that's doing X, Y, and Z. And this person ain't even done diddly squat compared to what I've done. Not to necessarily say that Donnie is better than the next person, but Donnie is the expert. He is in a position where he can help this person go from here to where Donnie is. Does that make sense? So here's how it should go. Hey, Mr. Donnie Pipsman, I appreciate your time. I know that your time is very, very valuable and you don't have a lot of it. And I thank you for, taking the time to speak with Mr. T. Gray. Now, T. Gray is a very good friend of mine who is interested in learning how to actually multiply his money. He's looked at Elevate and he has a certain amount of income when it comes to, trading. And I thought it would be best to introduce him to you because you're an expert. You've been doing this for quite some time. And not only that, you've helped a lot of people in our community create some massive results. And so with that being said, Mr. Donnie Pips, I want to, connect you with T. Gray. T. Gray, this is my great friend and mentor, Mr. Donnie Pips. Take it away, guys. I mute my line and I take notes. Now, why am I saying Mr. for both of them? Why? Because I have respect for both. But I give more respect, I give more admiration to Mr. Donnie Pips. Why? Because he is the expert. He's where T. Gray wants to be. Does that make sense? If y'all want to add on to that, I can keep going on.
That's major. And I would just say, if you're going to only do one Mr. or one Ms., it's your expert.
Yep.
Right. Definitely never the other way around. Let me ask you guys a question. So that was great edification, right? But what if you are at odds with your upline, with your expert, right? Because we're people. And even though we love each other, we're going to have times where we have our disagreements. We're going to have our times when we're not feeling each other. So your expert, it's business. So your upline is still doing three-way calls for you, even though y'all not feeling each other right now. So how do you handle that situation?
I just keep it, it's business, it's nothing personal. So that's how I keep it. Even though I have a good relationship with everybody, but everybody don't have a great relationship. You might bump heads with someone, but you just always have to keep it that this is business. You're here to make money.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like what Donnie Marshall just said, you got to keep it professional. At the end of the day, and I want everybody to write this down. Don't mess up your checks.
Mm.
Don't mess up your checks because you have a issue with your upline or sponsor. At the end of the day, your sponsor, your upline is there to help you bring in your checks. And when you speak down on your leader, your upline, and things of that nature, guess what you're doing? You're messing up your checks.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to add to that as well, because it doesn't have to be that you are not on a good terms with your mentor, upline, anything. It can be that this person is simply not available, because I have experienced that a lot, that I help a lot of people, so they want my time at the same time. So it's not about that we have any issues. It's just I'm not available. So you need to also think that, you are a business owner. You cannot create a dependency on your mentor anyways. So you need to find other ways. And that's what you said here about knowing other people's stories. So you always have somebody else. You're not totally reliant, you're just really on one person anyways, because you never know really. Some of you don't have an upline. So what are you doing? You're not waiting that somebody will appear. So you can find anybody else, in your own organization or somebody else. I know from, everybody here, we are so kind to help each other out. I can call anybody, they will jump on my call. Anybody can call me, I'll help them, share my story that's relatable. So you always have options. Don't really look at just one person as the person who can help you. We all know how to do this from a certain level.
But how do you edify your upline or your expert if you are at odds? Because look, guys, this is just real. We're keeping it real because we're people, right? There's no way that we can be around each other as much as we're around each other and not have odds, right? I mean, anybody have a brother or sister? Right? I mean, it's just not possible to grow up in the same house and have smooth sailing 100% of the time, right? So you're at odds with your upline. You've had a little bit of a tiff. You've got a disagreement, but now it's time for a three-way call, and you got to edify this person, and you're still mad at them. How does that work?
Still use them.
Just do
Still
it.
use them. Me personally, I still use them. Why? Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to stop doing what works.
Right.
I'm not going to stop doing what works. So, you know, even if I have an issue, that one, you will never know there was an issue. And then number two, I'm going to continue to move on, because at the end of the day, we're here to grow. We're still here to, you know, build business. So you got to keep it cordial. You got to keep it going on. Despite, you know, what's going on, you and that person can, you know, deal with it behind closed doors. But at the end of the day, you got to still keep building your business.
Absolutely.
Said vodka.
Somebody said vodka.
Vida.
I don't drink no more. I don't drink no more, so I don't know about that.
Vida vodka Wooten. That's a new name.
But here's, I mean, the reality is what you said, and you kind of said it a little bit in passing. So I'm gonna pull it out. No one should know. You want to make sure you keep it professional. This is business. When we get on presentations, when we get on three-way calls, it's showtime, right? So you want to make sure that you are positive, you're uplifting, do whatever you got to do to get yourself in the right frame of mind. If your edification is based on truth, it should still be easy. All right? Because you're still going to tell the same truth that you were telling about this person before. The truth doesn't change because you like the person or not, right? So that's how you do it. No, if you're, and I mean at odds, I mean, look, we're gonna have our moments, right? Mark and I, we have our moments. You're never gonna know it, you know. He gets all mad and abusive. No, I'm just teasing.
Right before the cookie time on Friday.
Yeah, because you know, if I'm in his way at 4:59, if I'm standing between him and the cookies and milk, we're gonna have a problem.
You should know that already. Don't do
right,
it.
And then the next day we're on flight school, and he's still mad at me because, you know, I was blocking his cookies and milk, you know, but he still comes on the screen and goes, "Hey, what's up, bro?" All right, cool. What else do you guys have to share with people about this art of edification? Because I really want to zero people in on that. When we did, and by the way, let me let you guys know where this is coming from. When we did our recap of the 4-day blitz, and we got all the presenters and the team leaders together, and we talked about what went great and what we can refine. One of the things that came up is, you know, some folks had challenges in this area. They had challenges with their invite. They had challenges with their edification. And by not getting this part right, it can cause you to lose out on business partners and lose out on customers. Okay. And so that's why we're taking some time to do this. And we're going to do another 4-day blitz. It'll be a couple of months from now, but we're going to make sure that in between there, that we train all the skills needed to make sure that that is a true explosion in your business. Okay. So anything else you guys want to add on edification or inviting the art of it? Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. I was just saying, you know, like Tierra mentioned, you know, stories are huge, you know, so learn the stories, you know, you learn that. To me, I think that's the key. You know, facts tell, stories sells. Also, you know, make sure that you edify us before we get on the call, or whoever you invite on the call. You should edify that person before your 3-way call person get on the
Say
call.
that again. Say that again.
Edify us before we get on the call. So anybody that you do a 3-way call with, you want to make sure that you edify them before they get on either the phone call or a Zoom call.
Hey, Julius, let's make sure everybody got that. When exactly should you edify your upline?
Before, you know, your upline get on the call.
Just did a mark. Julius, you just did a mark. You gave everybody the answer.
But even before that, right? While you invite for the presentation, you do edification. And then at the launch call, you do edification. At the three-way, you do edification. At the goal setting action meeting, you do edification.
Yes.
It's constantly.
Edification.
Yes, absolutely. So before we wrap up this training, let's ask the team here. Does anybody have any questions about edification that they want this panel to answer? Edification, inviting, the art of it. Also, we have our other diamonds. I saw PDDG in here, Presidential Diamond, Darren Gibson. If you guys have anything that you want to make sure it gets pulled out and really shared on this call, let's go ahead and put that out there as well.
While we wait for that, I want to add that for me, at least in the beginning, I felt it very strange to edify somebody so much, because you really do it like for, let's say, 30 seconds. You just bring out all the best in this person. And it was not natural to me to do it like that. But with any other thing, like even the invitation, how you do it, it's not how you naturally speak. So it's not about if you like it or not, if you think you're not doing it or not. You just have to do it. And you just have to practice until it becomes natural. So it's not about you doing it in your own way. Ask your mentor how she or he wants to be edified, and then practice. Because some of my team members, I have really been talking to them about, they really suck at it, because I know they don't like to do it. It seems not natural, like I didn't like it. So we had to practice, really. Sorry, but that's the truth, because I know how they feel. But you cannot skip it, because then when I'm on the line, it's like, hey, this is Marianne. No, it's not Marianne. This is Miss Schutz, right? So you're a losing strategy if you don't practice this, like you practice the slides for the launch call or whatever.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
every diamond should put together a brief understanding of who they are and send it out to their team.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, on your team calls, you teach people how to edify you. And I want to, that's a great segue, Mark, because one of the questions in the chat is, okay, well, what if you know a leader in the company who has a story that would resonate with your prospect, but they're not your upline, okay? Here's what you do. Learn that story and tell the story, okay? One of the things that I'm seeing is way too much asking people cross-line, right? Meaning they're not your upline, they're not your downline, to do three-way calls for you, okay? And that's fine. We've got so much love here and people want to help, but you got to realize what you're doing. Whenever someone is doing a call for you, right? And these calls go anywhere from 10 minutes to 30 minutes, sometimes an hour, depending on the prospect and the questions that they have. Whenever someone is doing a call for you, they're not doing a call for someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They're doing a call for you. There's somebody that they're not doing a call for, and their first responsibility is to the people in their particular organization. It's a disservice to their own team if they're tied up doing three-way calls for people who are not on their team. Okay, so what I want to share with you is this: use what you've got. Use what you've got. I never did that growing up. I mean, I never had cross-line people doing calls for me. I used what I had. I used the upline that I had. And if my upline wasn't a match, then I would just use some of the other tools or whatever. But at the end of the day, let's be conscious of it, because we put people in a bad position when you keep asking them. They don't want to tell you no, so they'll do it for you. But then they got me behind the scenes. They're talking to me, all these guys on screen here, and one's off the screen. Or I just finished doing a three-way call for so-and-so. It's not on your team. I'm like, stop. And they're like, yeah, I just didn't want to say no. It's such a big heart.
I'm gonna add on to that, because one thing another. We got social media.
Yeah.
Use social media. You got all of our social medias that you can get connected to. It's so easy to utilize our social media to, hey, this is the person that we're working with. This is the person that I believe that can relate to you and things of that nature. And let's say, for example, I may not be your diamond or your upline, and you have my social media, and you're trying to connect your prospect with me and things of that nature. Maybe say, hey, Diamond Tier, I'm gonna have a person, follow you. or reach out to you and ask you a few questions, things of that nature, I'm going to tell you, don't have them do that. Matter of fact, create a group chat. That way I can connect with them properly, because I don't want to miss the triangle of edification. Connect us. I'll, do a quick introduction, but I'll share my story real quick, but I got to get back to work.
Right.
Utilize
and
social
you
media
guys-
to a certain extent.
Absolutely. And I say, I'll add to that too and say, let's just use technology.
Yeah.
Right. Because technology can help you save time. So what I want to challenge all the leaders who are so kind that they're getting caught up doing three-way calls for the other folks that are not on their team, just make a video. I would
Shout out to Vita.
That's
Yeah,
it.
shout out to Vita, right? Just go make a generic video. Don't say any names, right? And you have that video in your phone. And if somebody cross line, ask you for a three-way call, send them the video, say, send this to your prospect. Right? Now, someone might say, well, what should the video say? The video should just be basically a highlight three-way call of, your top reasons of why this is an amazing opportunity. Who you are, real quick, your story. Hi, this is Diamond Marianne Schutz. I'm a diamond with the company, which means I've achieved one of the top ranks in the company. If you're watching this video, it's because my friend thought very highly of you. So that's how you can kind of do a generic thing. My friend thought very highly of you and wanted to share this with you. So real quick, here's my story. Here are the top 3 things I love about this company. I want to challenge you at the end. I want to challenge you to go ahead and make a decision. Wipe away some of those objections. Hey, listen, I know you're a person who likes to get all the information. There's no way you're gonna get all the information before you get started. So just go ahead and get started. This is real. This is fun. There's money here. Let's do this. Something like that. And then now you don't have to get caught up doing things like that. I gave that to Vita, and Vita, you've been doing it, right? She's made a video, send it out, because otherwise she'd be doing three-way calls for people all day long that are not on her team. All right. Will showing a video of someone that they may connect with but won't work with confuse a prospect? No. Not if you set it up properly, right? Because remember, you're going to edify the prospect. Now, you're going to edify, the expert that's in that video. So now Marianne is not my upline, but I know she's going to resonate with my prospect. So I'm going to use this video that Marianne was so kind to give me, right? I'm going to say, hey, listen, Joanna, whatever the prospect's name is, one of the people in this company who is absolutely crushing it and who's become a really good friend of mine is one of our top diamonds, Ms. Marianne Schutz. Okay, now I'm not in her organization, but she is just such a superstar, and I just love her, and she's just so amazing. And I just wanted her to speak a few words to you, because I think the two of you might mesh a little bit in terms of your stories and backgrounds. So she was kind enough to record a video with a message to you about getting started in the company. So let me send you this video, or let's watch it together on a Zoom or whatever. That's how you just tee it up. That's it. Okay. So what else do you guys have?
Show the plan.
Oh, the plan is the white zone. Show the plan. Show the plan. All right, cool. Excellent. All right.
I'm gonna share this real quick.
Yes, sir.
I like to look at edification like you going to the doctor's office. And I use this a lot when it comes to training a lot of the people that I'm working with. Look at edification like you going to the doctor's office. Think of you as being the actual nurse, not the actual doctor. And so what you're doing is you're identifying the patient, which is the prospect. You get the information about the prospect, you find out what's going on. And then essentially what you do is you introduce them to the expert, who is the doctor. And then the doctor actually diagnosed them, let them know what's going on, how this can, what the next steps are. And then boom, now they have the medicine. Now they're feeling better. Now they're getting better results. And now what they're going to do is they're going to go and tell the next person about the nurse and the doctor. Matter of fact, they're going to become the new nurse. And now you're going to become the doctor. So that's the process when it comes to edification.
Perfect. Absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Somebody gave a good suggestion. They said, let's take these diamond videos or these leader videos and we'll put them up and rank up. So yes. So as you guys record videos that are like a generic 3-way call, just send them to me, send them to Mark, and we'll upload them onto rank up so that people can get them.
Sound
All
like
right. Well, great job, you guys. We appreciate you from the top showing everybody this incredible success secret, how to edify, why it's important, what to do, what not to do. This is a great recording, and I hope everybody circles back to it. Before we wrap the training, I do need to circle back and let you guys know that the leadership chat on Telegram, the Cancun leadership event chat on Telegram is live. It is hot. A message has been posted there, and we are about to release a special invitation that is 1000% limited, first come, first serve in that Telegram chat. So you want to make sure you get in that Telegram chat if you are coming to the Cancun event. All right, that said, it's time for our picture. You guys ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
On 3, 2, and 1. All right, and that's a wrap. Mark came from like all the way back here with his. Did you see it?
We need a flight school about posing.
What kind of
Yeah,
boomerangs
I
you
know,
doing,
right?
Mark?
I mean, it was like a major posing lesson. All right, we love you guys. Have a great Saturday. Show the plan. Show the
Love
plan.
you,
show the plan.
ambassadors.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
All right.